Wait. Greetings, I'm Rob Chapman.
And I'm the Captain.
And we're at Andertons here demonstrating guitar gear for your formal informant and fun and joy.
We certainly are. And today, I thought I'd show you a couple of little Blackstar amplifiers that you may have seen the review we did last year on the big brother of these, which these can be bought as a 60 or 100 watt sort of gigging combos. But this year, we're proud to sort of see the new sort of 15 and the 30 watt below. Now, really, I think for many years, the drive by manufacturers to kind of convince you to buy a sort of a solid state or a digital or a modeling amplifier has been about who can provide the most stuff for the cheapest price, and it's been very, very price orientated. So it's all about, you know, who can make the £99 amplifier and the £149 amplifier. And Blackstar have kind of gone, I don't know if we want to kind of get into that whole who can make the cheapest amp sort of thing. Blackstar have kind of gone, let's see if we can take this type of technology and let's see what we can do with it, and let's see how close we can get it to sounding like a valve amplifier. And if the price has to be a little bit more expensive, then so be it. So this is kind of where Blackstar are kind of pitching in. This is for the sort of the more discerning player, if you like. So the 15 watt is going to cost you about £200, just under £200, and the 30 watt around about the 270 mark. So it is quite a lot more expensive than if you were comparing it to, say, something like a Line 6 Spider or a Fender
Cube.
Mustang or a Cube, yeah. But let's just bear with us here, because if feature-wise and tone-wise, they are kind of in a sort of a class above, really, that sort of thing. So Chappers is playing the 15, and whenever you see Chappers doing some shred stuff to a backing track, he's playing the 15, and I was playing the 30. They're basically the same knobs and buttons on the two. I'm pretty sure that's correct. It doesn't look like there's any difference. Let's have a little looky on the top. This is the beauty of having these kind of things on the top. I suspect it is a little too small for a 12.
It's like a 10, doesn't it?
It does look like a 10. If I was even remotely professional, I'd know.
Did I ask you a question you don't know?
You're going to have to go to the Andertons website and find that out, but I think it's probably a 10 in there and a 12 in here.
Okay.
Now, whereas a traditional modelling amplifier would kind of say, right, I want to sound like a Fender amp, so I'm going to find a patch that's called Fender something or other. Blackstar have done it a little differently to that. They've given you a range of preamp voicings, so everything from clean, warm through to OD2, so there's about half a dozen different preamp voicings. And then they've given you a range of power amp voicings as well. So what's quite cool is you kind of can mix and match. So you could take a very martially preamp tone but put it with a traditional Fender power amp, or any combination of that sort of thing. We've got some effects built in, so we've got a range of reverbs, delays and modulation effects.
And what's this true voice power?
True valve power
press to
essentially
engage?
is the power amp section that Blackstar have designed, that they say in tests produces the same output power, output volume that the equivalent valve amplifier would have. So normally speaking, if you've got a 15 watt solid state amplifier versus a 15 watt valve amplifier, the valve amplifier just trashes in terms of power, trashes the solid state one. They're saying that with their true valve power mode engaged, these should be comparable to the sort of the power output that you get from a little.
So it's not about tone, it's just about matchable volumes.
There is an element of sort of the tonality there, but it's predominantly just to do with that kind of. It's essentially saying, look, we've really tried to voice this to be like a tube amplifier. You've got a selection of presets that you can store, so you can set up a sound and add some effects and then store that and recall it. You've also got a USB output on both the amplifiers here, so you can connect it up to your computer, and comes with a sort of some software interface package, and you can kind of either use it to record your guitar into the computer or use your computer to store sort of an infinite number of different preset banks and stuff. So just as a quick one here, you've also got like a headphone socket and an MP3 input. So I'll give you a quick whiz through. Chappers just got like a single humbucker guitar here.
It's the Gibson ES339 Studio electric guitar in ebony.
Yeah, so we'll just play some basic sort of tones just to get an idea of what it can do. just leave it on a clean sound. I'll just take you through some of the effects. So you've got a whole range of different reverbs. You can have some big old reverbs in here. Or you've got, and you can have all these stacked up, so you can have reverb, delay, and modulation at the same time.
Do that at the same time then. I'll play a little bit of something I wrote recently.
Right. So here's the delay. You tap in the tempo that you want, so you want... Right, there you go.
A little bit slower. Yeah.
And the idea is you can basically store that against a sort of a setting that you like and just recall it using one of these channel buttons. Or if you buy the foot switch, which is a kind of funky optional extra, you can recall a whole load more than that. So the 30, as I said, 30 is the same kind of thing. I think I've got some sounds here. I'm playing a backing track actually, like just using a bluesy, crunchy sort of tone over a backing track. The track that Rob was playing, he was playing a much heavier kind of gain sound on here. But you know, as you'd expect out the 30 with the bigger speaker, it's got a little bit more bass end. But again, I've got all the same effects and stuff like that that I can do on these. So there you go. I mean, hopefully you'll get the bulk of the sort of types of tones that you can get by listening to the jam that Rob did and the jam that I did.
Good little recording amplifiers. If you're on a budget and you want a great little recording, especially for metal and rock, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the bluesy side of things, you probably do. You still don't quite get that organic connection with the amplifier that you do with a real tube amplifier. But certainly the higher gain sounds, you know, where it's a bit more compressed and kind of, you know, it's pretty convincing.
Let's give them a super high gain sound just so they get the idea.
Why don't we do a little kind of what's your track called?
You want to play White Rose?
So there you go, fun times with the little Blackstar ID series. These are available from Andertons right now.
This is the Chapman guitar.
This is my new favourite guitar.
10.
Cap 10, which I'm going to be using a lot, I suspect, in videos today.
It's the Lee Anderton signature model.
I know, how weird is that?
It's not weird, you deserve one. You're a
It's like
great
my
player.
t-shirt too.
The
It's called
Devolution.
The Devolution of Man. And I'm allowed to mock drummers because my brother's one, my dad's one, my granddad was one, and so I'm the only guitarist in the household.
And our sound guy as well.
So yeah, so I feel like I need to kind of, wear t-shirts that show man devolving from Homo sapien to monkey playing drums. And you can buy these t-shirts if you want, because you just need to go to the Game Gear's website, and you can find details of that in the comments below.